Yesterday was supposed to mark the peak of Hannah's life, the moment when years of sacrifice finally turned into success. The gaming company she had built from nothing was about to go public, a milestone that represented every sleepless night, every risk taken, and every dream she shared with the man she loved. Alex was not just her fiancé, but her partner since childhood, someone she trusted with her heart and her future. The excitement of the stock market launch filled her with pride, but that feeling shattered in a single instant when she discovered the truth hidden inside his phone. Clear messages revealed that Alex was cheating on her with Ina, the one person Hannah trusted the most. The double betrayal struck harder than any business failure ever could. Confronting them felt unreal, like watching her own life collapse from the outside. Ina's weak apology only deepened the wound, and Alex's reaction was even worse. Instead of remorse, he responded with cold authority, reminding Hannah that he was the CEO and that the power was entirely his. What hurt more than the cheating was how quickly he erased her value, firing her from the very company she helped build. Years of work, ideas, and loyalty were dismissed in seconds, replaced by arrogance and control. Hannah realized that Alex never truly saw her as an equal, only as someone who belonged behind him, never beside him. As he stripped away her shares and position just before the company went public, Hannah felt the ground disappear beneath her feet. This was not only personal betrayal, but professional destruction. Everything she believed she was building toward vanished, leaving her with nothing but heartbreak and disbelief. The man she planned to marry reduced her to a nobody in front of the people she once led, proving how fragile her life had been when it was tied to someone else's power. Walking away, Hannah tried to appear strong, refusing to give Alex the satisfaction of seeing her break. Yet the moment she was alone, the weight of the loss crushed her. Her future, her relationship, and her career all collapsed on the same day. Still, beneath the pain, something new began to form. The betrayal did not just destroy her old life. It marked the moment when Hannah's dependence ended and her true transformation quietly began, even if she did not realize it yet. After walking away from the company and the life she thought she would always have, Hannah felt completely empty. The dreams she had carried since childhood was suddenly meaningless, and the future she planned with Alex no longer existed. The betrayal replayed in her mind again and again, each memory cutting deeper than the last. She had given him her loyalty, her ideas, and her time, believing they were building something together. Instead, he used his power and privilege to leave her with nothing. The pain was not only about losing love, but about losing her identity, because so much of who she was had been tied to the company and the man who now rejected her. In the silence that followed, Hannah allowed herself to feel the heartbreak she had been holding back. She remembered growing up with Alex, dreaming together, supporting him through every challenge, and believing that sacrifice was what love required. Realizing that all of it had been one-sided was devastating. She felt foolish for trusting so deeply and for ignoring the signs of his arrogance and control. Yet even in her lowest moment, something inside her refused to completely give up. She knew she had built value before and could do it again, even if she did not yet know how. That was when an unexpected message appeared on her phone. It was from Logan, Alex's estranged brother, someone Hannah had never truly met. At first, the text seemed insignificant, but it sparked a sudden realization. Logan represented a connection outside Alex's control, a door that had never been opened before. The idea that formed in Hannah's mind was bold, emotional, and driven by a mix of desperation and determination. It was not just about revenge, but about reclaiming power and proving that she was more than what Alex reduced her to. When Hannah decided to meet Logan, she stepped into the unknown with nothing to lose. Her impulsive proposal shocked him, but behind her words was a woman who had been pushed to the edge and was searching for a way forward. That moment marked a turning point, where heartbreak transformed into action. For the first time since everything fell apart, Hannah felt a sense of control returning. Whatever happened next, she was no longer willing to remain broken or invisible. Working with Logan slowly changed Hannah's life in ways she never expected. What began as a professional opportunity became a path toward rebuilding her confidence and sense of worth. Logan treated her with respect from the very first day, valuing her ideas and trusting her judgment. Unlike her past experience, her voice mattered. Each decision she made, each strategy she designed, reminded her that her success had never belonged to Alex alone. She had always been capable, and now she finally had the space to prove it. As the days turned into weeks, Hannah poured her energy into the galleries, applying the same dedication she once gave to her old company. She worked late nights, refined marketing plans, and carefully studied how to bring attention to the art in meaningful ways. The results did not take long to appear. New clients arrived, exclusive auctions succeeded, and the galleries began to thrive. With every achievement, Hannah felt stronger, as if she were rebuilding herself piece by piece after being torn apart. Spending long hours with Logan created a natural bond between them. Their conversations extended beyond business, filled with honesty and understanding. Hannah learned about his past, his adoption, and the rejection he had faced from his own family. Hearing his story softened her heart and deepened her respect for him. Despite being treated unfairly, Logan carried himself with dignity and determination, focusing on growth rather than resentment. His quiet strength inspired Hannah to let go of some of her anger and focus on becoming better rather than bitter. Without realizing it at first, Hannah began to feel safe again. The tension and fear she once associated with partnership were replaced by trust and mutual support. Logan never tried to overshadow her or claim credit for her work. Instead, he celebrated her success and made her feel seen. This emotional shift was subtle but powerful, signaling a new chapter in her life where partnership meant equality, not sacrifice. By the time the galleries reached new heights, Hannah was no longer the broken woman Alex left behind. She had rebuilt her confidence through hard work and genuine connection. What started as a desperate attempt to survive had turned into a story of growth and rediscovery. In finding her strength again, Hannah realized that true success was not about revenge, but about surrounding herself with people who valued her for who she truly was. The engagement party invitation reopened wounds Hannah thought she had already learned to live with. Seeing Ina's handwriting and Alex's name together brought back the humiliation, betrayal, and anger she had buried under months of hard work. Even though she was thriving professionally, that single piece of paper reminded her of how quickly her life had once fallen apart. For a brief moment, doubt crept in, but it was quickly replaced by resolve. She refused to hide or let them control the narrative of her life. Walking into the party alone took courage. Every glance, every whisper in the room felt heavy, as if people were waiting to see her break. Instead, Hannah held her head high. She greeted them with calm confidence, proving to herself that she no longer needed validation from the people who had hurt her. Alex's attempts to provoke her, to belittle her success and question her dignity, only revealed his own insecurity. His words carried bitterness, while hers carried clarity. The confrontation escalated when Alex grabbed her arm, trying to assert control he no longer had. In that moment, the power dynamic completely shifted. Hannah did not shrink or apologize. She stood firm, making it clear that she had moved on emotionally, even if the scars remained. The arrival of Logan changed everything. His presence was calm but commanding, drawing a clear line that Alex could not cross. For the first time, Hannah was not standing alone against him. The argument exposed Alex's true nature to everyone watching. His jealousy, entitlement, and cruelty were no longer hidden behind charm or status. Hannah's words were honest and freeing. She admitted that she had once wanted revenge, but no longer cared about winning. What mattered to her now was peace, respect, and being surrounded by people who genuinely cared. That realization marked a turning point, not just in the story, but in her heart. Leaving the party with Logan felt symbolic. She was not running away. She was choosing herself. The night that was meant to humiliate her instead became proof of how far she had come. Hannah walked out stronger, no longer defined by betrayal or loss, but by self-respect and quiet confidence. After leaving the party, the tension that had weighed on Hannah for so long finally began to lift. The night air felt different, lighter, as if she had stepped out of a chapter that no longer belonged to her. For the first time since the betrayal, she felt truly free. She realized that facing Alex had not reopened her wounds. It had sealed them. His words no longer held power, and his presence no longer stirred fear or anger. What remained was clarity. Logan's decision to stand by her was not driven by obligation or rivalry, but by genuine care. In that quiet moment, outside the party, his honesty surprised her more than any dramatic gesture could have. He admitted that he wanted to be there for her, not as a shield against his brother, but as someone who genuinely liked her and respected her strength. Hannah saw the difference clearly. Where Alex had controlled and diminished her, Logan listened and supported her. As they talked, Hannah understood that her journey had never truly been about revenge. The success she built, the confidence she gained, and the courage she discovered were all born from survival, not spite. She had transformed her pain into purpose, proving to herself that she was capable of rebuilding everything that had been taken from her. Becoming successful was not about defeating Alex. It was about reclaiming her own identity. Accepting Logan's feelings felt natural, not rushed or forced. There was no manipulation, no power imbalance, and no expectations tied to past mistakes. Their connection was rooted in mutual respect and shared values, shaped by resilience rather than ego. For Hannah, this was a new kind of beginning, one built on trust instead of fear. By the end of the night, Hannah knew her story had changed forever. She was no longer the woman who had been cheated on, fired, and discarded. She was a woman who had risen, learned her worth, and chosen happiness on her own terms. Walking forward with Logan was not an act of revenge, but a declaration of self-love. Her future was no longer tied to betrayal, but to growth, strength, and the promise of a life she truly deserved. She lost everything, but found herself. Betrayal broke her. Hard work rebuilt her, and self-respect made her unstoppable. Sometimes losing the wrong love leads you to the right life. Backhand index pointing right. Watch more stories like this.